playing at Wembley. I think it's just something about the stadium, about the significance of what that stadium really means to me in terms of growing up as a kid, watching cup finals there, watching England play there. So to pull on the white shirt, the Three Lions, and actually play at Wembley was just an amazing thing. It might be quite simple, but it was just something that was an amazing thing for me to do. I was quite nervous in terms of the anticipation of going. I remember getting out of the car and walking into the hotel and meeting everyone and greeting everyone and being made to feel very welcome. But you know, you kind of rubbing shoulders with players that have been established at that level for quite a long time. I think I was 23 years old, 23, 24. So for me, it was a huge jump from where I'd been, and it was something that you kind of had to ease into. Both the goals that I scored for England were against Germany. One of them was obviously in a World Cup finals. The other one was in a game in Berlin, I think it was. Both thoroughly enjoyable. Scoring any goal for your country against any team at any moment is a great thing, especially as a centre-back. But I remember the one in Berlin really well. It was a good game. I was really pleased with my performance in that match. And the second one was a bit tougher because it was all the emotion and the elation of scoring for your country, but obviously we lost the game and were knocked out of the tournament. So I didn't have too long to really think about that. It was a difficult game against Germany again. So, you know, scoring both was an amazing feeling. Yeah, that day in Bloemfontein, in South Africa in that 2010 World Cup was, you know, something that I'll always remember as something that I had to, you know, pops into your mind every now and then, the wondering what if there was goal line technology, would it have been a different story? I think you have to boil it down to the fact that we didn't play particularly well in the game, and I think, you know, in the first half we did cost ourselves, even though we were two down at one point and then clawed ourselves back into it at half-time. We still could have gone in at 2-2, having not played very well. So when you look at it like that and think, well, we could have gone out in the second half and really taken the game to Germany, which we tried to do, and I think we did play well at the start of the second half. It just wasn't to be, and loads of disappointment. I remember the feeling after the game, the sense of loss and the disappointment on everyone. So it was a difficult match to get over, really. That training camp for the tournament, we had a lot of time to prepare, if I remember rightly. We went away to a kind of golf resort in the mountains for a period of time, and it was a squad that was picked and then it was cut again. So we had a bigger squad of 30-odd players, which then got cut to 23. So that was something you had to navigate as well in terms of mentally and just making sure you were performing well enough in training and in the practice matches to actually get selected to go. And then out in South Africa, it was amazing to see the country. Such an amazing place to go and see. We stayed in a place which was like in the middle of a safari with lots of animals around. And so from that point of view, it's great to begin with. It got a bit solitary at times. I think if you spoke to most of the players, there was a bit too much time to kill yourself in a place which didn't have much to do. So whether or not players found that particularly challenging or not. But you know, for me, it's just a great experience to go and be part of a World Cup final, something that as a kid I've always dreamt of. So to get the opportunity to be there, I was just delighted. Well, those two managers of Sven and Fabio Capello, you probably couldn't have too many different personalities, to be honest. They're at either end of the scale in terms of who they are as a person and probably how they manage as well. So Sven was a very softly spoken, would get his point across, but would do it in a manner that was very controlled and very low-key. And then you'd have something like Fabio Capello that could all of a sudden leap into almost a tirade at times of digging someone out or letting somebody know they've done something wrong. Felt like a bit of a naughty schoolboy at times. But both, you know, got a response in some way or the other. I really enjoyed playing under Capello in the first couple of years. I think he improved me as a defender. He'd come from that Italian school of defending, really wanted specific things from his centre-backs about getting tight, going into areas with other players. So, you know, I think I improved under his tutelage, and I was more ready then. When I played under Sven, I'd just broken in, and I probably didn't quite have the belief that I should be in the team, whereas the time under Campello, I really felt that I was more competitive in the group. I think you have to actively, when you're out on tour, on a big tournament, you have to actively try and disengage with all the media going on at times. I think back to the training camp in South Africa, just outside Rustenburg, and they had a big marquee right at the entrance, and every day you'd see all the media coming in, players would be filtering over there to do their media obligations, what have you. And it was always there, you know what I mean? Just kind of on site. And sometimes I think you just had to disengage from it. Just, you know, go and swing a golf club, go for a walk, go and do whatever you need to do in order just to chill out and not think about the next game or having to play. So that's definitely part of managing a tournament. And I think, you know, managers that create those environments probably get more success out of the players. I think players that are appearing in their first international tournament this summer, that my piece of advice would be to really grab and enjoy the opportunity. I mean, I think it can get so caught up in the performance or in the chances of England and all the hype, but just step back and really enjoy it. Train well, you know, use those days off that you have for training to really sharpen yourself, because it can be quite difficult getting the right amount of minutes of football or the right training load. So just step back and enjoy it and realise that it's a great opportunity.